All right.
Everybody was asking me what was the problem with me, and I was like, okay. So I realized that Easy and Stonebwoy have something in common, the L factor. And I'm like, wow.
Oh, Miss G put you up to
You've got to be at the wedding.
Miss G put you
You
up
have
to
to be
this.
at the wedding. If you don't go,
Louisa is a
or
sweet.
maybe you can be the best man.
Oh no. I'm sure they've chosen their best man. Still has chosen his best man. And
Yeah, but
bridal party
interestingly, the L factor plays for the two of you. How does it
Louisa
feel?
is a sweet. It's a sweet person.
Is a sweet person.
Stoneboy's got it right.
He's good. Confirmation. All right. So let's see. You know how to join the conversations on facebook.com/joynews on TV, and on Twitter is on Joy News on TV. Now, Joy News has put the spotlight on human traffickers this week, and it's come to light that some people are trading children as young as 3 years old. You're surprised, right? Well, that's exactly what is happening. Question: what do you suggest can be done to curb child trafficking, and what punishment should be meted out to people who traffic children for exploitation?
I think the laws, there should be a law in place to deal with those who traffic children.
Looking at the way some of those people are rather inconsiderate when it comes to selling of those people, they don't even care about the families involved and all that. I think a rather very harsh punishment should be meted out to some of those people. Maybe possible jail terms, so to serve as a deterrent so other people don't get involved.
I think people who traffic children should be made to face the law in full. I think there are laws in Ghana now, but if the law is very, very active, I think it will deter people from trafficking children.
All right, so those are some comments from the street. But Israel, what in your opinion do you think can help to curb this child trafficking?
Well, it's about parents taking better care of their children, and I also think it has to do with the poverty factor. When people are poor, they feel that they should be able to, they can't take care of their children, and so the kids are a burden
on them,
and
so they have to trade them for
why do I have to deal with this burden when I can
trade for peanuts?
For peanuts, yes, but at least I'm going to get something out of it. So I think if we're dealing with that poverty, or we're dealing with poverty, attempting to eradicate poverty, we can minimize this incidence. Even though, yes, there's still people who are going to be trafficking the children, but if we are able to deal with the poverty, it's going to reduce significantly.
I think it's all about women empowerment. If the woman is empowered and showed how to fish, then probably they can help. Take care of their families.
Prince Nuruddin on Facebook says economic hardship often compel people to engage themselves in these modern day slavery. This barbaric act breaches the fundamental human rights of an individual, and I hope the Constitution clearly shows the sanctions for those engaged in child trafficking. Hadora Mystical says no punishment should be meted out to them. In my candid opinion, one may ask, how do they get the children to traffic in the first place? Our love for material things as parents has made us lose our sense, sometimes with all apologies. So, Hadora, you're suggesting that no punishment be meted out to them. They've engaged in a crime, and so they must be dealt with. Bayer Jeremiah says such people should be left to rot in jail. Child trafficking is equal to that of murder, and as such, punishment must be the same. What hell would a parent? Why the hell would a parent sell his or her child into this slavery just for money? Whom are you going to use the money to look after again? I can't think far.
And the media, Simon writes, I guess the Constitution has provisions for such offences and should be applied as appropriately. Ghanaians are impatient. The quick way to make money is becoming too rampant with its consequences. And these are some. And Judicious Drew Eric says we should lay them down and whip them within 100 days. After that, then we give them an identification mark on their faces to identify them everywhere they go. Nana Kujob in Paul Boyton says people who engage in human trafficking must equally be considered as murderers, because most of these people they traffic usually end up dead. And Ba Abu says they should be giving death sentence. Those are some comments on the streets, and I think that we should also begin to think of planning, not just giving birth anyhow. Let's plan. If you can take care of only 2 children, have 2 children. Don't bring in children who would come and suffer.
And you can't take care of, and then you say there'll be a burden.
And then you,
and indeed, if you can't take care of any of the children at all, then don't give birth.
Don't give birth, of course. That's it. All right. Also, the rainy season has started in earnest with heavy rainfall resulting in tidal waves and loss of properties for hundreds of residents who live along the coastline. The Ghana Meteorological Agency is predicting more rains in the coming weeks. Question: what kind of preparations are you making personally to protect yourself from floods?
Personally, where I live, there are drains there, and what we are doing as a community within where I live is that we decided that we'll clear all the drains. Okay, we'll make sure that there are no these are materials, waste materials that are choking, okay, the drains to impede the free flow when it comes to a flood, you know, so that the water will flow, you know, freely, so that the place will not be flooded.
Well, to these rains that are coming, I think the best thing I can do for now is that, one, I have to keep awareness to my kids in the house that anytime they see the clouds and things, they should try and get their way into the house to avoid, because it comes with breeze, in case of any roof is going off, so that their danger and safety will be saved, they'll be in the house. And around my area, especially the drainage around my area, we'll try to clean in between them so that we will not have any garbage that will bring choke and bring a split over that may cause some harm to the areas.
First of all, you know, Accra is a choked place and flood here and there. So first, I think we talk about personal hygiene first. Cleaning your gutters, making sure the roads and environments are clean to prevent flood.
All right, so people are preparing towards the rainy season. Let's see what you've been saying on Facebook.
Judicious Udro says, I think there's a natural disaster that no man can do anything about it. But personally, I'm not ready to do fasting within June, July. So I need my Gary and sugar since the food sellers within my community wouldn't be able to sell because of the rain, period. Oh, that's the way you're looking at it. Desmond Oakley says, for me, when it rains, it passes through my louvers, then enters my room. So I've engaged a carpenter to do something about it for me to prevent it. That's all. Then there Simon says, is there any other way to prepare for rains? When you're settled at a lowland area or water course or disaster-prone zone, you don't need to be advised. We don't also need to be advised all the time not to throw garbage into our gutters and water courses. The only prevention or the only preparation is attitudinal change. And
Bernard Kwashi says, I've started eating all my foodstuffs before it starts raining non-stop. Okay, so...
And I don't get it either.
And Okobin says, I'm doing my apata in my village well. Okay, so he says he misses my smile. I've been smiling all this while, and it's all for you, Enoch. Prince Nuruddin says, only Allah knows best. Okay.
All right, why don't you drop one smile for Enoch?
Oh, it's all over. Enoch, it's all over. And
Enoch, you're sorted? You're okay? Or you want more?
And finally, leading Ghanaian broadcasters have petitioned the National Media Commission to take action against television stations that telecast pornographic materials late evenings. In the said petition, the two ace broadcasters, Tommy Annan-Forsing and James Obekon, said from May 26 to June 7, 2017, they monitored and realized that stations including ICE TV, XYZ TV and Thunder TV were streaming pornographic content contrary to the broadcasting guidelines. They expressed hopes that the NMC and National Communication Authority and Parliament will deal with their concerns. Question: what do you make of the situation?
I think it should be completely banned.
Why do you think so?
Yeah, because it's not going to help kids and younger brothers and sisters at home.
Maybe they are entitled to their view. But what I think is that
programs are run on television in order to shape some, type of people based on ages and all that. But here I'm thinking that this one shouldn't be banned totally, in the sense that some people use it to shape their marriages. And then some young people who are coming, up could also use it for their courtship and whatever.
The parents will be running. By the time it's about 9 o'clock, the parent will be asleep. The TV will be in the room. So that the child will be there about 12 o'clock. I mean, looking through this thing to look at any nice other film or anything that will be comfortable to the child. So that the child will be there till about 12 in order. And one thing is, I think those television stations are given some licenses, and there are some rules and regulations covering those licenses. So I think those rules and regulations or laws that governing them should be, enforced. And who are those to enforce those laws? You are giving licenses to these people to work, and the laws governing them are to be enforced. But there's no one to enforce it. When these things come on air, what punitive measures should be taken against those TV stations? We don't hear about them, and they
And Israel, I think I share in their concern. No matter what time it is, I still feel that it's inappropriate, because there are some kids, yes, parents should control their children and make them sleep at early stages, early in the evenings, but there are some kids who are stubborn. You supervise them to go to bed whilst you are asleep, they are awake.
Okay, I thought the law allows that some material can be shown at some time of day.
Okay.
Or at some time of night. And if the law permits them to do that at some time of night, then I don't know why we would want to seek to stop them.
Well, let's see how NMC handles this matter,
sure.
But let's check what people are saying on Facebook.
So on Facebook, Saba Bernard says, and the question is, why should they watch it at all? They have been watching it every day without a huakadie, and I don't know what I then do, so I compliment your suggestion. That is why they are complaining and know the channel showing it. And then Akosia comes in and says, it's true, bro. And then Imbabu says, these kind of things should be frowned upon totally. What's even the rationale for showing the pornographic material? I think our level of civilization has passed that stage. And TKO says, what is the rationale of showing telenovelas? And then Kofi Francis Agri says, what of radio stations that teach how to have sex on radio from 10 p.m. to 12 a.m. and have several names such as Anajo Yede, Anajo Nkomo, or Doa Homaso, of which Adum TV and Adum FM are guilty of. Please, don't watch such things, but I believe James and Tommy should have added Adum TV and Adum FM plus several radio stations that such shows.
Princess says the two have no job. That's a bit too harsh. Then they should as well tell authorities to ban all movies and radio programs containing sex scenes and materials. I don't see anything wrong, but my concern is the timing for showing this adult movies and the parental guidance. By Jeremiah, right? Morally, those stations didn't act professionally, but legally, I can't say anything about that. If there are laws against their actions, they should be dealt with accordingly. We're fast losing our morality due to modern technological advancement, and we're being used for wrong. It's being used for wrong purposes. For all you know, they are owing ECG. Bye. Okay, and Bash says, I have been following programs of the mentioned TV stations. They show such movies in late hours and they give warnings before showing them. So no parent should have any excuse of allowing their wards to watch such movies at those times. Monitor your children and be a responsible parent. Bambakia Samet says, I don't know the nature of the films these stations show to merit this kind of disgrace. I'm going to follow up with a suit against all the TV stations that offer airtime for fraudsters like the Juju men. Juju people, these TV stations know themselves. They should be preparing to meet me in court. The friend of a fraudster is a fraudster. Bam. Hey, Bamba Kiasamed. Buyout Steven says, haha, but are they complaining? I mean, the audience or viewers you are fighting for, address your grievances well. Don't bring the viewers inside. Why? So, buyout Steven, you're guilty. You watch these movies.
No. All he's saying is that if the two of them have a problem,
They shouldn't add.
they should say
They shouldn't
so.
bring it up.
They should speak for themselves. But Baya doesn't think that he's one of those complaints, so they shouldn't add him to it.
Katie embraces, but it's not good. Anyway, it's a choice, and at the same time, fulfilling entire prophecies, so it's still a choice. It was written that in those days, people will see and will continue, only the chosen ones. Adora Mystical Brimer says, I'm hearing this allegation for the first time. Prove your stance by showing some of the videos here as evidence.
Seriously? Okay, on that note.
And that's how we end the interactive segment. My name is Aisha Ibrahim. Coming up shortly is PM Express, and we're going to be talking about children, trafficked children. You don't want to miss this.